Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to Cloud and DevOps Batch 58. So, before I start the session, I just want to give a quick recap on what's being covered in the previous session. If you remember, previous session, we are getting a challenge where when we are trying to deploy through Argo, it is complaining. So, what I did was I destroyed everything I recreated. When I'm running the batch deploy, it is able to deploy. And you know what? It is also able to do the deployment on the top of. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. Okay. So yesterday when I tried to make the deployment, it didn't work. And I destroyed the EKS and I destroyed Argo, everything, and I recreated. Then they started to work. Okay. And I was also able to do the deployment, and I should also be able to do the schema injection as well. Okay. So let me try to show you this. Okay. When schema injection is also happening. Okay, you can see cities has been loaded. So that means with a single click of a button, we are getting everything. Okay, so the only thing that I made was, okay, for the schema injection to work, the only thing I did was I created a repository called as schema roboshop schema load, and then I created a Mongo file where that uh, init container image is going to have MongoDB repository and the repositories of the MySQL, and it installs Mongo shell and MySQL. That's it. And then we are creating a run file. What it does is it's going to clone the repo, okay, that has the shipping.sql or MongoDB, and then it is going to inject the schema, okay, which is going to run as a init container. So where is it going to run as an init container? Not init container, it is going to run as a job. If you see this, the schema.yaml, this is the job which is going to run. So this is the image that you have to build, okay, just like how you made our init container. That's it. Okay, so when you run, it will work. Okay, so likewise, we also need to do the same for the payment as well. Okay, let's do the same for payment. Grisha, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Manoj.
Hey, hi. So yesterday we got a challenge, right, where shipping was not able to do the deployment of this job, right? So what I did was, there. See, actually the reason why it was refraining was, okay, so the restart policy is not accepting here. So I removed it and then I destroyed everything and recreated. I can create everything now. Okay, and if you come here and if you try to see Argo CD app list, I can create them. Okay, so the next thing we need to start is payment. Okay, and also I want to show you KGP-an app. Okay, you should be able to see this running KLF-an app. You should also be able to see the app came up. Did you see this? So till here we are fine. So the next component is payment. We also need to make the payment. So before I proceed, anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? So payment is a very straightforward guy. So all we need to do is payment.yaml. So payment don't need any sort of schema. Okay, just like your card. Copy this. Just say this. Okay, so here it's going to be payment. Then payment is also works on this. And the name of this app is payment. That's all. It's going to be in this. That's it. So publish the payment. And then you also need to create the payment on the vault. Go and try to create payment on the vault. So what secrets are needed? Go here and try to create it. So here payment, what are all needed? Okay, so MQP user. Okay, so these are the values that I need to supply. So go and try to create. It's going to be cart host. Cart host is equal to cart. That's it. Okay, and then cart port is equal to 8080. Payment has to talk to everyone, right? Come here. And next is user host, which is user, simple, because it's a service on Kubernetes. Next is user port, it's 8080. Next, it's going to be AMQP user, which is nothing but RabbitMQ user. RabbitMQ user is this. Then RabbitMQ password. And it's going to be RoboShop123. Done. Okay, now you have everything available. Okay, should be good to kickstart. Any questions so far, anyone? Any questions? So let me go and check. Are we missing anything? Yeah, AMQP host is missing. How come am I missing? Hyphen AMQP host is equal to RabbitMQ hyphen dev dot cloud apps dot today. That's it. That's all. Okay, cart host, cart port, user host, user port, AMQP user, AMQP password. That's all. Okay, it's a payment. Done. Now we have everything available. Now we need to make a deployment. So publish the code. So come here, do a git pull, bash, deploy Argo CD, and it's going to go through Argo payment. Done. Now go here and try to see. You should be able to see one more app, which is nothing but the payment. Okay, I want to see what is the status of the payment, shipping, cart, catalog payment, and you can see it's in progress. Now you can also see here, KGP. You can see the payment app should come up, but it's not coming. KC get deploy an app, maybe it's in progress. Maybe because of the help hooks that we have mentioned. Why payment is not yet up? Nothing is there. Why? Bash deploy, argo deploy.sh. Why nothing is showing up? What is this warning? Support is up. Why RoboShop is creating cart? What am I doing? Go for the payment. See, this is the mistake. Okay, this has screwed cart as well. I get it. Payment. Let's delete cart as well. Done. Go here and try to change this as payment first. Okay, now first you deploy Arco CD app list. Okay, so you can see payment is out of sync. That's fine. So let's get the cart get created. If you see this, they have to go out of it. Okay, see in the UI, let them go off. So payment I don't want, and the cart also I don't want. Cart, however, it's gone. So let me go ahead and try to deploy cart. Perfect. Our list, you should be able to see the cart. KC get deploy -n app. Now you can see cart up KGP-n app. Now I also want to see the status of it, KLF-n app. Perfect. It is working. Next is to deploy payment. Okay, so payment. I should be able to deploy the payment as well. Okay. App list. Done. Okay, so payment is also deployed. KGP. Now you can see payment should also be deployed. Perfect. KLF-n app. You can see it's coming up. Let's wait. You can see, okay, perfect. It's already started. So it's working. Okay. So the next thing is we need to proceed with the front end. Okay. So for the front end, ingress we have to deploy. Ingress is really needed. Why? We need ingress because we have to deploy them, right? Grisha, any questions so far? Grisha, any questions? Am I audible, Grisha? Check, check.
Yes, Manoj,
Grisha,
you're audible.
are we clear so far?
Yes, Manoj.
We're almost good. So whatever the backlog item that we have, it's also working. Okay. And then anything else? So let's proceed with ingress as well. Okay. Let's publish front end as well. App list front end is not there. Do I git pull bash deploy? So this has to go to the web. Let's go to the front end. You can see it's successful. App list. Perfect. You can see it's out of sync. What is the reason for this out of sync? Go and try to check. It's syncing. Let's wait. Okay, pod is a failure. What is the reason for it? Back off restarting the failed container. All right. Now I want to see whether the front end image is there or not. ACR. It's there. This is the image that I mentioned. Yes, I did mention the same. KGP-n web. What is the reason it didn't come up? It says crash loop back off. Okay. KLF-n web. Upstream catalog.app.cluster.local. Okay. Not found. Why? I don't think so. KC get SVC -n app. It's there. Catalog.app.cluster.local. It's not catalog.app.cluster.local. It's catalog.app. It's catalog.app.svc.cluster.local. I get it. Catalog.app.cluster.local. No, we need to go back, go to the vault. Okay, in the vault, front end. Okay, so what is cart host? Catalog dot no. Catalog dot fully qualified. What is of a Kubernetes service? Okay, namespace dot. Okay, service dot namespace dot svc. Okay, this is missing, so let's try to update it. So after this, you should have service. Okay, so let's create version 2. Create a new version. Okay, so here it's supposed to be svc dot. Okay, we need to mention that. Done. Done. So okay, service dot namespace dot. You're telling it's a service. Okay, done. Okay, done. Okay, that's it. Okay, perfect. Save it. Done. Now, what I want to do is okay, delete this secret as well. KC delete secret and -n web. Now delete the pod so that it creates a brand new pod. KC delete the pod. This one -n web. So it creates a brand new pod along with a brand new secret. Okay, KC gets secrets -n web. Okay, now you should be able to see the one more secret now. Why it has not created it? Queue control, scale, deploy, front end, -n web. Again, we also need to implement HPA as well. -n web. Queue control, scale, deploy. Spelling mistake. Why it's not showing up? I'll delete the app. Yes. App list. So front end is there. Let it go. And let's deploy it one more time. So let's go off. Let it go out. So going forward, whenever we want to make any deployment, all we do is I'll come and I'll just try to make a sync. That's it. Okay. So wait. It's getting deleted. Let it delete. Okay. So meanwhile, I also want a couple of things. HPA. Okay. So horizontal pod autoscale HPA.yaml. Okay. Whenever there is a more load, I want this to get upsized. Okay. So the minimum number of pods and the maximum number of pods, I want this to be based on 1 to 50. Okay. So deployment HPA we already know. So it should start with 1. It should go to a maximum of this. And whenever there is a utilization of greater than 50, I want this to go for a upsizing of the deployment. Okay. So likewise, I also want to have health check endpoints. Okay. So like liveliness probes and readiness probe. So whenever there is any sort of uh, I want to make sure traffic is accepted only. Okay. So let me try to implement this. This liveliness probes are at container level. Okay. Done. So what it does is, so whenever the container comes up, okay, unless until the health check is qualified, it's not going to accept the load. So for every 5 seconds, it checks whether it's getting the health check response or not. If it's not, if there is no response, it's going to restart the pod. Okay, implementing the liveliness probe and readiness probe, and this health check endpoint is something which will be given to you by your developer. If the health check endpoint is different for different API, that's the weirdest development team that you would have. Okay, typically it's a health. You need to ask what is a health check endpoint. Okay, that's one thing. Yeah, that should be it. Next, HPA we have already implemented. Limits and requests. So we also need to implement some sort of limits and requests. What is the minimum CPU and what is the maximum CPU that it has to has? Okay, that's also something we need to have. But first, let's our front end come up through. Okay, done. It has to go completely off. Okay, done. So let's wait. Also, I also want to add limits and requests. Okay, what is the minimum CPU and memory that my resource should have? And what can be the maximum CPU it can use? Okay, limits and requests Kubernetes. So I want to go with limits and requests. Okay, done. So go. And this minimum and maximum limits changes from application to application. So let's start with cart. Okay. I'll just go. Okay, done. Again, these values are something based on benchmarking. You need to upsize and downsize. I'll just start with 50M CPU. It should have a minimum of 50 and CPU should also have a 100. Okay. And limits, it can go to a maximum of 200 and CPU, it can go to a maximum of 250. Okay, done. So likewise, you can all the applications that belongs to Node.js would be needing the same. Okay. And you know that shipping needs more resources. So I'll supply more resources to our shipping. I supply more resources to this guy, shipping guy. I'll just give 300 and CPU as 500. And the limits, I can go to a maximum of 1000 and memory, I can go to a maximum of 2000. Okay, because it's a high burner. Okay, so likewise, I also want to do the same for payment as well. Okay, because they are the highest, right? Based on this, it's going to upsize and downsize. So it should be 150 should be fine. And limits 150 and CPU is 200 is fine. Okay, done. Now likewise for front end also you need to go here and try to give it. And if you don't give limits and requests, your auto scaling will not work. Okay, added limits and requests. Added HPA and limits and requests. That's it. Okay. Uplist. Let's see what it says. Obviously, because the application is still there, you need to wait. There is no choice. Again, I can go through Argo. Okay, since there are some changes, I'll try to make a cart sync. Okay, since there are some changes, it should make that sync. Syncing cart. Go to the cart deployment. Where is the deployment? Okay, can you see this? I didn't make any sort of deployment. Now I got the limits, requests, everything. I'll just show you proof, okay? And if you come here and if you try to look at the catalog, okay, look at the catalog. Can you see this? Since I made some changes, it automatically deployed. Okay, even the limits, requests, health seconds points, everything came up. Okay, that's the beauty of Argo. I don't have to do, I make some changes to the repository, it does a deployment automatically. This is called as a continuous deployment. In case in future, if you get any new version, all you do is you just change the version number to 100. You get everything. That's it. Okay, that's the beauty of it. But for the front end guy, it is troubling me. Okay, for this guy, I'll just go with Helm. Okay, just for this, I'll go with Helm. Okay, because Argo is taking time to delete, I'll just go with front end. Front end. That's all. Okay, it says you need to wait. There is no other choice. Or I can delete it manually. KC. Oh, this came up operational. Okay, perfect. KGP-an app. I'm sorry. Okay, it's running. KC get pods. Perfect. Now, KC get ingress. -n web. You should be able to see the ingress as well. Oh, there is no ingress. Why there is no ingress? Okay, front-end service is there. I'll delete everything manually. KC delete deploy front-end -n web. KC delete SVC. Get all -n web. Okay, it's still terminating. Let it terminate. Get deploy. Nothing is there, right? So let this get terminated. Now I'll try to make an upgrade of it. Okay. Admission denied the request / already exists. Okay. All right. Let's wait for it. Okay. Helm list. hyphen and web. Front end, hyphen and web. Now let this get deleted completely. Oh, perfect. Now we got this deployed, gone, right? Now app list. Now bash, deploy this one. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, you need to go to chart. We can still write Argo CD file for this, but we'll stand out of it. Get deploy. Okay. Now I'll just say get pods. Now KC get ingress hyphen and web. Okay, why there is no ingress? Okay, so KLF hyphen and web. Okay, why ingress didn't come up? Okay, I told to create an ingress, right? If values dot ingress dot enabled, okay, fine. If the values dot ingress dot enabled, it is there, right? Then why it's not creating? What was the mistake? Ingress, okay, DNS name. This is the mistake. Okay, all right, I get it. So go to the ingress values of the front end. This is the mistake. Okay, perfect. Okay, now since you make some changes, all you need to do is just make a sync. That's it. Sync. Okay, sync already initiated. Open this. You should be able to see the ingress as well. One point, ingress. Yeah, perfect. Now you can see resource not found in the cluster. This is another thing, networking dot. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. KC get API resources. Keep control. Get for ingress. Ingress is networking dot creates are this, right? And it's ingress. Fine. Go to the ingress. It's already there. Why it's not working then? Why it is complaining? I'll go and manually decide in first. I'll manually create it. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, as I mentioned, there are some challenges with what do you call Argo. Front-end ingress. Host. Can you see this? This is the problem. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I don't do anything. Since it is a null, that's the reason it is a failure. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and try to delete this. Where is that ingress? Delete this. Synchronize. Web. It's nothing is there. Ingress front end. I'll just say this, okay? Since there is some change, it should pick. Operation another sync is already in progress. That's right. Come here. Now you should be still it's seeing as now. Why? It says it's not possible. Come on, why? syncing. Let's wait, okay? Let's wait for a moment. Mhm. We'll create it manually, okay? Just for this one. So its name is supposed to be front-end -dev. Today. That's it. CAF FR ingress. Okay. Get ingress -nweb -oyaml. Perfect. Now, whenever there is something, it's going to send the service back to this kcget svc. Okay, it's going to send the request back to this. So let's see whether the backend DNS record is updated or not. Okay, so that your external DNS will create the record. So let's wait. It hasn't allocated anything yet. Yes, perfect. Now, KGP -a grep for external, okay, or cloud DNS. Okay, in the kube system, there is external DNS, right? KLF -n kube system. Okay, now you should be able to see front-end dev has been successfully created. Okay, now go here and try to access it. You should be able to access your front end of the application. Okay, now say this, everything is working. Let me try to register. And I'll just say Manoj local, manoj@local.com. And the password is password. That's all. Now you should be able to do the shopping as well. So that means catalog and user are working. So cart is working. So checkout, shipping is working. King's Beach, done, confirm, pay now. Everything is working. With a single click of a button, I can get everything. Okay, clear? So the reason why it's not able to create is because it is missing. Okay, this particular entity. So let's try to add it. Okay, let's try to add these things on the board. Vault. Okay, Helm charts for RoboShop. This is completed. It's completed. Deploy mesh. I don't think it's needed. Okay. Then containerize the RoboShop components and deploy them to EKS. Yes, they are completed. Demonstrate RoboShop project on private VPC. Yes. Done. This is also done. Benchmark the load testing. We can also perform the load testing now. Okay. So let's do resume preparation workshop. We'll do that. Argo CD, it's completed. Okay, this is also completed. How to define the flow of the pods. Okay, by using something called as what is that? Using Helm hooks. Done. Next, done. How to define the completed. This is completed. This is completed. This is completed. This is completed. Benchmarking is not completed. We'll see that. Okay, it's completed. Ensure vault init containers. Perfect. Front end needs to have a public DNS. Yes, it's a benchmarking is not yet completed. This is also completed. Resume preparation and this is something we'll see tomorrow, and this one is something we need to talk now. Okay. Once a project has been completed, we need to check, okay, the capability of the product. Okay, so that means when you are building any product, we need to understand, okay, what can be the maximum number of users that this product is going to use, and what can be the threshold. For example, if 10,000 users are coming and accessing or buying products on your application, is your application withstand? How do we come to know? Okay, it's called as a benchmarking. Okay, you can also do the benchmarking. I think we have the Prometheus, right? Prometheus. Not Prometheus, Grafana. What are the Grafana credentials? Chrome operator. Okay, we should be able to see everything. Go to the dashboards, have everything readily available. Okay, so let's go to workloads. Okay, now if you want to see which workload, okay, data source name as this and workload. I want to go through the deployment. Which deployment you want? Okay, you can mention. I'm interested in this catalog workload. Okay, if you want to see that, you can do it. Okay, this is CPU usage and the memory usage of the overall deployment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll try to put some load. Okay, so load gen. So we have a load test tools that are readily created, load gen. Yeah, load generator. So we just need to supply. Okay, typically in organizations, you use tools such as what are the performance, not performance monitoring tool. We have something called as stress testing or load testing. So JUnit is a very famous load testing tool. So typically in organizations, you have load testing team. Either you can use the JUnit to do the load testing or any other tools of your choice. I have a test suite that does this, but this application does this tuning based on the credentials. So I'll create the credentials beforehand so that my application can work. Register user, and the password is password. Okay, this is a script with which my application will register. Okay, user already exists. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'll come back. I'll also add the load generation script here. Shop load gen. I'll get the script from here. Now cd to RoboShop Helm chats, git pull, bash, load gen. Now it asks you what is the sudo bash. Now it asks you what is the endpoint of your load. Okay, so you need to enter the endpoint of your application. Okay, it continuously hits. Okay. Done. Number of clients. I just want to see how my application behaves if continuously 10 people comes and access. So I want to access my application continuously for 15 minutes. Okay. So it's going to simulate some artificial load. Okay. You need to mention from where it has to pick. I'll just say docker.io. Done. Now it downloads all the backend content. Just like how real-time users, when they come and access the website, okay, like this, 10 users artificially comes and tries to access your application continuously. Okay, you can see the application load here. Okay, come here and try to see this. Okay, I want to show refresh, show in the last 5 minutes. Okay, let's wait. It has started now. Let's see how it works. Okay, you can see how many requests are coming, everything here, and memory usage. The last refresh. You can see the continuous load. Okay, likewise, if you want to see what is the shipping performance, okay, you can continuously see this here. Let it run for a few minutes. Okay, so likewise, you can check what's going on. Okay, you know what is CPU utilization, you know what is memory utilization. Okay, we can also build your own graphs, and at the same time we also have our open search. Okay, open search is also provisioned, so we can get everything on the snap of a single click. The only manual action that we created is creation of the vault secret. That's it. So we have every piece of information readily available. Clear, guys? Any questions? If you want to see this open search, you can also access your open search. Okay, where your logs are already coming up. Okay, you can also come here, index management. Okay, indexes, come here. So you can also come here and try to see this dev front end. Can you see this? Your logs are coming up. Okay, now I would like to create an index. Okay, so dev hyphen. Oh, it's already there, right? So what you can do is you can create indexes of your choice. Go to discover, go to index management. Okay, you have everything available. So what you can do is you can go to the discover. Okay, index pattern, create an index pattern. I want to see. It's just a view. Okay, so select this, and then it's always a timestamp. Okay, come here and try to select a pattern. Okay, you have selected the pattern. That's it. Now you have everything available. Okay, now you can go here and in the discover section in the dashboards, you can search. All the logs will be coming up, and the logs are also streaming up, coming through. Okay, so I want to see how many errors are coming up. Okay, what I can also do is I can come toggle the column. Okay, so that it will be coming up here. So along with which requests are coming. Okay, endpoint. That's it. Okay, now at any point of time you can see what requests are coming, whose these are, and all. So if you see this, why these are coming, because it's not matching the grok pattern. Okay, I want to see how many errors are coming up. So if you want that, you can also create your own dashboards. Come here, create a new dashboard, create the dashboard. I'm interested in how many requests are coming up, right? Maybe I can say line or case. Dev front end. Okay, so how many number of requests? So maybe I can just call it as a count. Instead, I'll just say custom label options. How can I add some nice name? Display labels, data. Mm. Any questions so far, anyone? Any questions? We put some load, so let it run. Let me go to dashboards and create, okay? So go to visualize, create your first visualization. I would like to go with a metric and choose this index. And then I just want to go with count, okay? And then custom label, I just want to add it as a traffic count. Traffic. I just want to see how things are coming up. That's all. I just want to add it as traffic count. Traffic. Save the visualization. Next, go back and try to create one more. Create new visualization. This time, again, I would like to go with the line. Okay, dev front end. And this time I would like to again go with same count. Okay, why did I go with this? Visualize. Visualize. Metric, where is metric? Yeah, metric. Front end. So here in the buckets, I want to click on add, split the group. I want to say aggregation. Go by any sort of filters. Filter is if HTTP underscore status, right? If HTTP underscore status is greater than 399, I want to call it as an error. Okay, that's all. So I'll just want to come here and try to say update. So there are 3 errors. So I'll just come here and try to say error count. And you can see here load is still going on. Okay, so when the load goes, I want to see how it goes. Done. Error count. Save it. Next, if you go to the visualization, you have it. Next, go through the line. Okay, how traffic is going through and all. Okay, that information is always good. Next, one more visualization. This time I want to go with the vertical bars. Again, same thing. Y-axis count or add any sort of buckets. X-axis aggregation. Okay, let's go with the histogram, data histogram, or just say date histogram. Okay, date histogram. Done. Timestamp, and that's it. It shows you when requests are coming up. Okay, traffic graph. So I have my basic graph ready. Okay, so typically in organizations, okay, you don't destroy the dashboards and recreate, but in training, to keep costs in mind, so we destroy them and recreate them. Okay, so what I want to do is now I'll go to the dashboards. Okay, I will add an existing. We have error count, we have this, we have this. So we added all 3. Okay, so you can see traffic continuously 5,600 requests. So that means the error rate is less than 1%. Okay, which is quite good. Okay, very, very good. Okay, tomorrow we'll put some load, we'll see how it goes, and then we'll try to run it accordingly. Also, I'll just try to enable the auto refresh so that it always refreshes. Do you have an option? Auto refresh for every 3 seconds. Start. Apply. That's all. Okay, so here I think I have an opportunity here. Edit. Okay, see this error count. Error count is very less, by the way. Okay, if you want to see what are those errors, you can still find out. Okay, so let's run it continuously. Okay, so maybe we can also just say last 30 minutes. Update. We can also see whether the requests are coming up or not. Traffic is not coming up now. Why? Let's stop it and break it. This one, same. Number of clients, I'll just say 50. You'll get more errors, okay? 30 minutes continuously. Now it bombards the machine, okay? Can you see this? It's bombarding. Continuously it hits. It refreshes for every 30 seconds. It says a timestamp per 30 seconds. Do you have an option to more? Inspect. And also, tomorrow if I come up, if I need the dashboard, I can still export the dashboard. Okay, you have that option, dashboard management, index pattern, data source, saved objects. Yes. So what you can do is, you can, I want everything. I need to find out a way where I can download everything. Or dashboard management. Just a second. I should find a way where I can download the dashboards. Oh, everything is gone. Yeah, error count, this one and this one. Create new. Okay, you have this information readily available. Traffic count, still it's less. Visualize. Minimum interval, seconds, 10, 2 seconds or 3 seconds. For every 3 seconds I want. Or auto update, done. So it's going to refresh for every 30 seconds, 3 seconds. Traffic done. Likewise, go for traffic as well. Even here, do we have any such option? Okay, there is no problem in this. Even the error count, do you have any such option? I don't think so. Now, if you go to the dashboards, so you made 10,000 requests, and out of those 10,000 requests, okay, out of those 10,000 requests, just 8 are error. If you want to find out what is the error, you can still find it. All right. Now, if you want to see what is the CPU and memory utilization, go here. So if you see this, the shipping, okay, till 5 minutes back, the utilization was less than 1%. Now it's quite less. It's well given. Okay. And if you try to see this, CPU utilization is hitting really high. And if you see this 1.22 GB, it has utilized. Okay. So likewise, if I want to see payment is, it's really good. It's utilizing less than 40 MB overall. And if you want to see CPU is also the same. CPU is using very, very less. It's less than 0.1%. Okay, it's 0.05%. That means less than 5% of the CPU it is utilizing. Okay, and you can also see, so maybe I'll open one more tab. We can also see KC get HPA-A. Okay, so it says CPU utilization is unknown. Maybe metric server is not installed. Yeah, metric server should be installed here. KC get KC top nodes. It will also auto scale, by the way. Okay, it takes some time. Okay, so we have everything available and the application is working as intended. Okay, it takes some time to adopt. Okay, let it run. Okay, and you can see the number of requests are continuously hitting. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait. Continuously run. Make a refresh. 13,000 requests, 38 requests. Okay. Done. Again, tomorrow I don't have to create this. I can export them. Okay. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Now we have Prometheus, Grafana. Just to recap, okay, what we have done. We have provisioned VPC, subnets, okay, network peering, databases, EKS cluster, and EKS cluster has metric server, Prometheus, Grafana, Grafana. What is that? FluentD, FluentBit, OpenSearch, and Cloud DNS or external DNS, HPA, and CNIs. Okay, and then with a single click of a button, okay, Helm charts, containerization, okay, schema injection using jobs, done. Okay, vault integration. Okay, here we forgot one more thing, Argo CD. Okay, continuous deployment. Okay, auto scaling, node auto scaling. Okay, workloads auto scaling. Deployments, automatic deployments. Okay, so we have achieved continuous deployment, continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous monitoring using DevSecOps strategy. Clear? So here is what we have done. Okay, so forgot benchmarking, and load testing. So our product is okay. This concludes our product is 100% secure, reliable, and secure, and scalable. All right. So let me try to create this. Go to the boards. Okay. What we have achieved. What have we achieved? All right. This is what we have achieved. So benchmarking is also completed. I'll come here and I'll try to show you. Using OpenSearch dashboard. Okay, and then we also created Prometheus and Grafana, right? Okay, so this is a shipping. Okay, we do the 100% benchmarking. So the product is benchmarked. Okay, now it is ready to release. All right. So this is the overall content, and also just want to put it on record. We did everything 2 times. Everything 2 times. All right. And that concludes the whole training. We started this training on 18th of July. It took almost 5.5 months for us to complete. Technically, it is supposed to complete in 4 months, but since it is December and Jan, since you will get less calls, I want to make sure you guys are busy so that you'll be job ready. So I added external DNS, Argo CD, and thought of doing this 2 times. All right. That's it. And yeah, this concludes. So the only balance leftover topic is this, which we'll be seeing tomorrow. Okay. And yeah, don't just look at interview questions. Okay. We did everything 2 times. Okay. So it's not just question and answer anytime. We'll see tomorrow more. Okay. So yeah. So Girisha, how was the training?
It was good, Manoj.
Did you like it,
It was
or
good.
did you feel anytime we are not going over the path?
No, Manoj, I liked it, and it was very interesting.
Okay. Mahendra, how was the training? Srilata?
Yeah, Manoj. It was good actually.
All right. So tomorrow we'll conclude the sessions. We'll have a resume building workshop and then we'll conclude it. Okay. So let's please join. Okay. We'll see how to build all these things and we'll try to start marketing our resumes. Okay. That's for today. And then with a single click of a button, I'll destroy everything. Okay. I'll stop the load test. Last load time. CD to RoboShop Terraform. destroy. That's it. That's for today, and we're going to meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Bye.